And I think that's, in all seriousness, I think that this conversation is really important in the concept of, the keystone of what habits represent. I was doing a live earlier today and talking about the importance of congruency around the three minds. So we've got the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the critical faculty. And often when people are setting out to make change, whether it's a personal goal, a career goal, a financial goal, something to do with friends and family or relationships, I think sometimes people don't even know what they want, which you alluded to before. If they do know what they want, then they often don't have that connection to, what does this mean for me? And what are the emotions that I'll get as a result of achieving this? We're often discussing with people how they think they should do certain things, oh, I should do this. And they end up shooting all over themselves. What do you think the impact of that is for a lot of people that perhaps don't know what we know?
Yeah, I think that shooting all over yourself is a good example where you're saying things you think that other people need you that they need other people want them to do as opposed to what their drive is in there. I think that's a factor, and I think also it's really about getting into the fact that back onto that emotional drive, but then really going down. So we talk about in the context of SMART goals, we talk about access, the ecology of it, and in all areas of life. So you've got to think about, okay, if I hit this goal in the context of business, what's the effect of this in other areas of my life? So therefore, what we're doing is we're making sure that the goals we set in a context, or the outcome we set in a context, is having a positive effect in other areas. So there's not going to be any conflict. The classic one where you might have a business owner who's got a really, really big financial goal, and at the detriment of their health and their family, their relationships, that takes precedent over everything else. And they achieve that goal. Fantastic. And they look behind them and there's a trail of destruction of them achieving that outcome. So I think getting clear on what you actually want in that is, as we talked about, that emotional drive, and then thinking about what are the steps that you need to go through to do that, and getting some critical thinking around what are the effects of this achieving on other areas of my life? How do I get that balance, all right? Because if you're just striving for one particular thing at the cost of all others, you're probably going to lose that motivation because it's become hard